Peace, everyone. It is Kamara with Rooted Futures and the Ancestral Psychotherapist. I feel like you're going to hear me introducing myself that way as I kind of begin to identify more as the Ancestral Psychotherapist. But Rooted Futures is my Patreon name and my TikTok name. Um, my actual name is Kamara. So however you connect with me, I'm really glad that we are connected. And for those of you who are on my Patreon and you're going to see this reading first, I just want to thank you for staying in contact with me and kind of going through all of my schedule changes. October was a whirlwind, and I did not get a chance to do any new readings. So I did a quick audio for the beginning of November, and that's on my Patreon. And now I'm getting more downloads. I've been getting downloads in October, but it was weird. It was just kind of like I wasn't feeling like they needed to be recorded yet. And so, but now I have a channel message coming through, and I thought, and it's kind of serendipitous because I was supposed to be meeting with a client now, and they had to cancel. And the message was coming through while I was waiting for them, and I was all like, "That's kind of odd. I'm just going to take some notes on it." And it turned out that they canceled. So I was just like, well, let me record it here and then I'll upload it to Patreon and YouTube so that people can receive the message. And I happen to have a deck of cards here that everything is on time and aligned. So let's jump into it without further waiting around. I had already cleansed the space this morning because I do that just typically in general. I'm using the Moonchild deck right now. Let me set up what I received so far from Spirit, and we're just going to keep expanding on what Spirit has been saying. So I got the message this morning that they missed the bus stop. They missed the opportunity to take a trip with you. And that was the first thing I heard. Like, they missed the opportunity. And so when I started to listen closer, Spirit was saying that you received a purpose. Many of you out there, I think you've known, maybe even from a very young age, that you had something to do with this life. You had something that you needed to, I don't want to use the word achieve. It sounds very goal oriented, but there was something that you have to do. There's a reason why you need to know who you are in this world and in this life, which is very interesting because it says to me that one moment, because I'm getting a quick text. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So sorry for that. I just need to make sure everything was fine with that communication. So let me just get back into the space here. What I was hearing from Spirit, and I wrote this down, was that shared purpose. You had a shared purpose with either someone. For some of you, I'm getting it's more than one person. You had a shared purpose. For some of you, this could have been a partnership, a spouse. For others, or a friend, like a business partner. For others of you, this was maybe a group you're involved with. Could be colleagues, could have been a work situation, could have been any kind of collaboration. Some of you, I get that some of you might be an artist, a creator of some sort. You had a shared purpose with a particular energy, whether it was one person or more than one person. And Spirit was telling me that the shared purpose does not mean shared mission. And what I was getting from that was that some people will choose, although they have the same purpose as you, they will choose a different means of trying to get there. And this is, of course, free will, right? Spirit does not demand that we do anything. That we have free will to decide how we want to live and construct our lives. Spirit guides you, but if you want to ignore that guidance, you can ignore it, right? You can just do what you need to do. And so Spirit wants me to share with some of you, because I think that Spirit is seeing that you might be disappointed right now, or you might feel betrayed. Some of you might feel betrayed, or some of you might feel as if you're all alone on this purpose of yours. But you're not alone. Spirit is telling me you're not alone on purpose. You're not alone on your mission. You just chose the mission that made sense for you. You chose the mission that felt good and right for you, which is very different in many cases from the people that you thought were going to ride with you. Hence the bus stop. So I got this visual, and you know, some of this might even be old. I mean, there's still buses around where, you know, smaller rural areas, that's how people travel, right? But when you take a bus ride, like a long bus journey, you'll make stops, and the bus driver will say, hey, we're at this stop until this time. And when this time comes, be on the bus. I'm not coming to look for you. We're heading out. So everybody gets clear on the time. What time do you have? This is the time the bus driver has. This is the time we're leaving. This is the clock that's wherever you are. This is the time we're leaving. And during that time, the bus driver doesn't monitor what you're doing. You can go have lunch. You can go use the restroom. You know, you could do whatever you need to do. You can have a talk, smoke, whatever you need to do. But be on the bus at the time that the bus driver says that they're leaving. This is what Spirit is showing me that Spirit did in the very beginning with some of your team. I'm going to call them a team right now, because I don't know if they're actually a part of your spiritual tribe or your spiritual community. Because I think Spirit does this thing of like, hey, here's a group of energies, and I'm going to give you all the same purpose, but let's just see how you all connect. Let's see how you all get there. Maybe you all will show up for each other in such a way that you actually become Spirit family, that you actually become Spirit tribe. And I think that's what happened here. And for some of you, you've been put in such a large group of people, and it's not been your fault that you haven't really dropped into that tribe yet, that you haven't dropped into being held in community. You have a lot of you, I sense you had to do a lot of your own healing work. So when Spirit drove you to the stop and told everybody, do what you need to do, grow, evolve, heal, do what you need to do, because when we're getting ready to get on my bus to take you over towards your purpose, because I get this visual, like Spirit is connecting you. There's like a long kind of journey that begins to happen when you're getting ready to ascend. I think a lot of different cultures talk about this, right? About an ascension time. And that is what Spirit is equating this bus story to. So in order to get on this bus, Spirit's vehicle, you had to have done the work to get there. Spirit might have dropped all of you off at a certain place and said, make sure that you meet me here, because we're about ready to ascend. So that becomes the journey, to know yourself. And spirit knows, and I think the reason why spirit does it this way is spirit knows that we have free will and we will get distracted. We will get distracted. We will fall in love with the wrong people. We will hang out and do stuff that's not really on purpose or on task for ourselves. We will get distracted sometimes by health issues or financial issues or, whatever it is. But there's something in you that knows about staying on purpose. No matter how distracted you get, you find yourself healing and coming back to, I've got this thing to do. And so for some of you, it may not feel like a thing. It feels like I've got to know something. I've got to bring myself to a certain thing. And I think for some of you, you've just enrolled in college program after college program. Some of you are professional students. Others of you are certificates everywhere. You've learned, you're learning Reiki, you're getting certified in hands-on, you're getting certified in quantum leaping. I don't know. I'm just saying that some of you have spent your entire life trying to level up, trying to know who you are. And that's all been in service of this purpose of getting to meet up on the journey, the ascension journey. Take it as you will. You may have your own cosmic story for what is happening, but the place you need to be, you had people traveling with you. Best friends, colleagues, family members, lovers, partners, wives, husbands, cousins. You had people traveling with you. I'm getting the cards, so let me just share what I got so far. This is you, Queen of Wands. And if you know me, my readings are not about gender, but the energy. Queen of Wands energy is someone who is very much about the passion of their lives, about the fire of their lives, about making sure that they've achieved life in the way that they want to live it. They are very much purpose driven. Queen of Wands energy is relaxed in doing purpose in a specific way that they want to do purpose. So they're not a follower. They've come up through a lot of difficult times. They understand that the path can be very beautiful, full of joy, but it's also very much full of action. So Queen of Wands energy is very beautiful. This person, beautiful, handsome, however you want to describe these words. Sometimes they feel so gendered when you're talking about how good looking someone is. But they have a light about them. They know where they're going. And when people meet this kind of energy, they're immediately enthralled. They want to know who this person is because this person is going somewhere. Do you get that? They're going somewhere. And they attract a lot of people who want to be their lovers. They attract a lot of people who want to be their collaborators because people know they're going somewhere. They just have that aura about them. So this is you. And when you are so focused on your purpose, it's hard for you to see that people just want to be near you. They want to take the ride with you. They want to follow you. Oh, the path that the Queen of Wands is taking is the right path. And while you don't mind that, and I don't think that many of you even give it a lot of ego thought, you're just kind of like, I'm doing this thing. This is where I'm going. You've been around people like that. They're like, well, I'm just going to go this way. And then everybody's like, they're going that way. I think I should go that way. Like people trust the Queen of Wands. They trust her journey. And I say her, she, her, their journey. They trust that the Queen of Wands uses all of their life experience to make decisions, that their decisions are based on the hard-earned school of hard knocks. That's Queen of Wands. Not only are they beautiful, but they're smart, intelligent, they are abundant, but it took them a moment to get there. So when they sit upon the throne, it is well earned. It is not something, this is not a person in which they were handed anything. They had to earn the life that they desired. And they know the value of themselves because of that. They are not going to abdicate their throne for anyone because they know themselves that deeply. They've been through some really deep stuff. Let's talk about you. You have been through a lot of deep, sometimes destroying experiences, only to rise from the ashes like a phoenix, only to burn away all of the wounds and begin to be new again. Queen of Wands is very much in relationship with the underworld. She's very much in relationship with fire. They understand the darkness has to become the light. That's why Queen of Wands energy does not give up, despite it all. That's their motto. Despite it all, I stand. Queen of Wands, because of that experience, this is the second card I got, the Hierophant. Because of Queen of Wands experience, Queen of Wands understands that there is a system. Queen of Wands has very clear eagle vision of a system that exists to keep people suppressed, to keep the Queen of Wands suppressed. And that system, it has many layers to it. And depending on how astute you are, you may see only the surface layer of it, which is like maybe capitalism, systemic racism, all of those things, homophobia. But as you get deeper, you see in the Hierophant that there is just energy under that cloak as it stands between the two pillars. Two pillars being the said reality. And as you look at the Hierophant holding the staff, upholding the system becomes very energetic, a dark energy that upholds the cloak, that feels like just a person, but it's not a person, because if you look at it at its essence, the Hierophant is very interesting. It's not a person, it's people. People and their actions uphold oppression. It's not just one person. It is the cooperation of many to uphold and construct an entity called a system. Queen of Wands understands that. Queen of Wands can look all the way through the cloak and see what's actually there. So the Queen of Wands has learned to understand themselves in the Hierophant. And again, that will go back to, I won't be surprised if the Magician shows up. But what came out when I started this reading was shadow work. Queen of Wands, you all, I want to keep bringing it back to you. You all have done some really deep shadow work, very deep. very deep shadow work. Because that's the only work that will bring you to this understanding of the Hierophant. That's the only work that would bring you to the door of understanding of what an actual oppressive system is built upon. It's built upon negative energy. It's built upon lack. It's built upon aversion. It's built upon lust and greed. Many of us don't know that we have been being used as vehicles for greed, for lust. Many of us think that we're operating in our own free will, but we're just consumers. We're just consumers of a world that's been constructed for you. Going back to your purpose, you're starting to understand this as you come onto your throne. When you sit on that throne, as many great leaders, you understand your true enemy. Some people, when they go to sit on the throne, they don't understand this, and their reign is very short. And so this is where I want to connect with with what Spirit has been saying, so that when you are on a journey somewhere to get somewhere, for some of you, this was getting to your throne. Spirit put you with people, and those people had the same opportunities as you. In fact, there was opportunities to work together. There were opportunities to journey together. There were opportunities to build together. And at some point, the decisions that the people around you made, it stopped them dead in their tracks. Because they could have been with you on parts of the journey, but in a certain way, they knew you were very clear about where you were going and how you needed to go there. Maybe not exactly how, but in what way you wanted to go there. You weren't going to lie. You weren't going to cheat. You weren't going to steal from people. You weren't going to gossip. You weren't going to join any cliques to keep other people down so that you can go ahead of them. You weren't going to cheat at the game. And when people saw that about you, they thought, how gullible, how stupid. Doesn't Queen of Wands know how life works? You've got to kind of, hold your own. You've got to, use people here and there to get to where you want to, right? And you would never take that bait. You would never join in on any of that. You sincerely wanted to do the work. You showed up. You worked hard. You didn't cheat. You didn't get ahead that way. For some of you, you have a partner, this is King of Wands in reverse, who just didn't share your vision, didn't share your mission, didn't understand. You see, look at this. Queen of Wands is looking towards purpose and mission. But this King of Wands, not only is the energy upside down, but it's looking in the wrong direction. It's all wrapped up in the past. This is a person, for those of you who resonate with this, this is a person who lives in the past. They have a lot of wounds they need to heal. Their experiences have led them to believe that they will only keep experiencing hurt. They can't trust anyone. They can't trust themselves. For some of you, that was a very huge disappointment. You believed they were going to journey with you. You believed at one point that they understood Spirit's directions. But see, you understood the assignment. They didn't understand the assignment. This reversed King of Wands does not understand the assignment. They are distracted with wherever Spirit dropped everyone off. They're still trying to figure out why are we even like trying to meet up with Spirit? Like they don't understand the assignment. You do. They are sitting around taking shortcuts. They are trying to cheat the system. They see the system as a person. They see the system as, let me just go and get mine. Let me just go and for some of you, you were married to someone who was caught up in some legal stuff because of the way that they wanted to shortcut life. Some of you, this person has legal problems. They might have even been arrested. They might have been doing time because of the worldview. Let me just, cheat, rob, get what's mine because the world is never fair. That's a wound. That's not the person. That's not the spirit, but so the King of Wands, that's a wound that they're dealing with. So that you're not thinking that I'm being like super judgmental. It's a wound they're dealing with, and they get distracted along the way. So they couldn't meet up with you. They couldn't keep up with you. And for some of you, you feel guilty about that. If it's not a spouse or a partner, or, could have been a business partner for some of you. They couldn't see the vision of how to grow the business. They couldn't see the vision of how to work together to build something very solid. They couldn't see it. They didn't want to pay if you had employees, they didn't want to pay them fairly. They didn't want to offer them benefits. If for some of you, this is a partner, a business partner that just couldn't see the vision of being fair, of having socially responsible business. That was disappointing to some of you. And you had to disconnect from them because you didn't want to go down the road they were going down. For some of you, this is a family member, a sister, a brother, that you are always trying to help get to the next level. They always seem to be struggling with life because of their worldview. They were always in dramatic situations. They were always struggling to get out of something, and you just wanted to help them. But they could only go so far. Every time you tried to turn them around to show them, no, Spirit's waiting for us this way. The purpose is this way. The mission could possibly, my mission can be your mission. Let me help you. No. They didn't see it that way. And what you had to understand, we have the devil here. What you had to understand is that the longer you tried to hang on to broken people with no mission or broken missions, the more time you were going to have to spend getting towards Spirit to get on that ascension vehicle. Some of you were very much in danger of being cosmically late. I have a thing with time and spirit. Like, it's not the same thing that we use, with watches and stuff. Spirit time, cosmic time is very different. But you were in danger of being, this devil was in danger of like keeping you here, keeping you here. This King of Wands energy was in danger of keeping you corded to the past, corded to drama, corded to frustration. But you, my dear, dear Queen of Wands, you just kind of just kept going. Even though sometimes it was with tears. Sometimes it felt very lonely, very lonely. But you did it. You understand the assignment. And you had faith in the assignment. You still have faith in the assignment. For some of you, you're still on this journey towards meeting the vehicle. For others of you, you've achieved the vehicle. You sit on the throne now. Some of you are heading towards the throne, your divine throne, your spiritual gifts. They are all there for you on the throne. And Spirit, it wants to give you that throne. What a beautiful throne. What a powerful place to be. And I want to let you know, you are not going to be alone, but you have to understand that not everyone can see underneath the cloak. Not everyone. Okay? So I'm going to wrap it up here because I got to get to a couple of texts that are coming in for me. But I had to get this download for you because I want you to understand that you're on the right path. You have a Knight of Wands here. There is some people that will benefit from your leadership. They're really looking to you because you are doing the thing. They definitely want to serve their queen. You have people who respect your work. And if you don't feel that now, it's coming. There are people who are ready to, make a spiritual vow to your mission and to the purpose because they have a shared purpose with you and they're vowing to have a shared mission with you. Know that. And there may be other obstacles along the way. Other people who don't feel the same way as you. This is a reverse Queen of Cups. People who don't resonate with that. And here's the bottom of the deck, because I said here's the bottom of the deck and I didn't even look at it. But to know this, the moon is here to show you that all will be revealed. Those who don't share the mission, those who can't ride and die, all will be revealed. They will not be hidden. And as a result, this is all bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles, you will receive the rewards of a new life, of new position, the throne. Just trust in that. Trust in this journey. Trust in Spirit's promise to you. Don't get distracted. Meet Spirit at the bus stop. Take the Ascension vehicle. All will be well. You will not be alone. Okay? Take care.